Acts 5. But a certain man named Hananiah, with Sapphira his wife, sold a possession. And he kept back from the price, his wife also being aware of it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the feet of the emissaries. But Kepha said, Hananiah, why has Satan filled your heart to lie to the set-apart spirit and keep back from the price of the land for yourself? While it remained, did it not remain your own? And after it was sold, was it not in your authority? Why have you conceived this deed in your heart? You have not lied to men, but to Elohim. Then Hananiah, hearing these words, fell down and breathed his last. And great fear came upon all those who heard of this. But the young men arose and wrapped him up, carried him out, and buried him. And it came to be, about 3 hours later, that his wife came in, not knowing what had taken place. And Kepha responded to her, Say to me whether you sold the land for so much. And she said, Yes, for so much. So Kepha said to her, Why have you agreed to try the Spirit of Yahovah? Look, the feet of those who have buried your husband are at the door, and they shall carry you out. And immediately she fell down at his feet and breathed her last. And the young men came in and found her dead. And carrying her out, they buried her beside her husband. And great fear came upon all the assembly and upon all who heard this. And through the hands of the emissaries, many signs and wonders were done among the people. And they were all with one mind in Shalomo's porch. But of the rest, no one had the courage to join them. However, the people made much of them, and more believers were added to the master, large numbers of both men and women, so that they brought the sick out into the streets and laid them on beds and couches, that at least the shadow of Kepha, passing by them, might fall on some of them. A large number also gathered from the surrounding cities to Jerusalem, bringing sick ones and those who were troubled by unclean spirits, and they were all healed. But the high priest rose up, and all those with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, and they were filled with jealousy, and seized the emissaries, and put them in the public jail. But a messenger of Yahovah opened the prison doors at night, and brought them out, and said, Go and stand in the set-apart place, and speak to the people all the words of this life. Now when they heard, they went into the set-apart place early in the morning, and were teaching. But the high priest and those with him came and called the council together, with all the elders of the children of Israel, and sent to the prison for them to be brought. But having come, the officers did not find them in the prison, and they went back and reported it, saying, We found the prison shut in all safety, and the watches standing outside before the doors. But having opened them, we found no one inside. And as the high priest and the captain of the set-apart place and the chief priest heard these words, they were puzzled and wondered what this might be. But one came and reported to them, saying, Look, the men whom you put in prison are standing in the set-apart place and teaching the people. Then the captain went with the officers and brought them, not with force, for they feared the people, lest they should be stoned. And having brought them, they set them before the council, and the high priest asked them, saying, Did we not strictly command you not to teach in this name? And look, you have filled Jerusalem with your teaching, and intend to bring the blood of this man upon us. And Kepha and the other emissaries answering said, We have to obey Elohim rather than men. The Elohim of our fathers raised up Yeshua, whom you laid hands on, hanging him on a timber. Him, a prince and a savior, Elohim has exalted to his right hand, to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. And we are his witnesses to these matters, and so also is the set-apart Spirit, whom Elohim has given to those who obey him. And those hearing were cut to the heart, and took counsel to kill them. But a certain one of the council stood up, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a teacher of the Torah, respected by all the people, and ordered them to put the emissaries outside for a little while, and said to them, Men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what you intend to do to these men. For before these days, Todo rose up, claiming to be somebody. A number of men, about 400, did join him. He was slain, and all who obeyed him were dispersed and came to naught. After him, Yehuda of Galil rose up in the days of the census, and drew away many people after him. He also perished, and all who obeyed him were scattered. And now I say to you, stay away from these men and leave them alone, because if this plan or this work is of men, it shall be overthrown. But if it is of Elohim, you are unable to overthrow it, lest you even be found to fight against Elohim. And they heeded his advice, and having called for the emissaries, beating them, they commanded they should not speak in the name of Yeshua, and let them go. Then indeed they went rejoicing from the presence of the council, because they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. And daily in the set-apart place, and in every house, they did not cease teaching and bringing the good news, Yeshua the Messiah.